If you guys are still playing Grand Theft Auto Online on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, I have some not so great news to you, as it looks like you might be missing out on one of the coolest things Rockstar has ever introduced into the game. So let's actually dive into what you're going to be missing out on, and then we'll obviously dive into a little bit more. This actually comes from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2. They were sort of having a discussion about the end of Grand Theft Auto Online on the older generation system. So think PlayStation 4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One Slim, whatever variations of the game they have. And then the discussion shifted to something that Rockstar looks like they're going to be adding to the game very soon, and that they've been working on for years now. So we responded to someone that said, yeah, this completely flew under my radar. To be honest, most of the music-related hijinks at Rockstar doesn't really interest me much. Making beats in GTA Online, but our characters are mute, so how would that work? If they are letting us use our mics to create songs, then I can just imagine the sheer amounts of sound pollution that folks are going to create. But if that's what it takes for us to finally have Queen's Don't Stop Me Now song in this game, then I'm all for it. And he ended up saying, you won't be using your mic. It would function much like Beaterator, which we'll take a look at that in a second. The small source leak from months ago proved that they are disabled audio natives, confirming that Rockstar will add new functionality to Record A Studios to allow you to make your own beats/mixes. There's a native function for muting the session player of the music studio when headphones are removed, and a native function for disabling sound occlusion to the session player when headphones are worn. It's safe to say that this ability to make our own mixes and beats will arrive once PS4/Xbox One support is dropped. So let's go ahead and start from the top. First of all, nothing we're going to be doing is going to be requiring our microphones in-game. Our characters are mute. They don't talk in free roam. They don't talk in cutscenes. The only thing our characters actually do is make facial expressions, and if you are actually talking in-game using your microphone, what they'll do is sort of simulate like this open mouth talking. It's a little bit weird and awkward, but that's the beat that Rockstar is going with, no pun intended, that our characters are just mute and that they don't talk whatsoever. Now, in case you guys don't know what Beaterator is a game that's created by Rockstar where you essentially design your own mixes and beats using various instruments that they have available for you. So whether it be keyboards or trumpets or drums or all sort of instruments like that, you can basically create your own beats and mixes. And it looks like Rockstar is going to create their own in-game version called Rappinator. That was a in-game website as well as a real-life website that Rockstar has sort of developed the copyrights and trademarks for. And obviously, as you can tell based on the name, Beaterator, Rappinator, they're going to be using that in Grand Theft Auto Online. And we're going to be creating our own beats and mixes at Record A Studios. So they're going to be extending the functionality of Record A Studios, which already has a lot of functionality. Number one, this is a space that we can just go and hang out. We can watch Dr. Dre, listen and create music. It's just a cool hangout area. It's also where we start these short trip missions, which is essentially the only single-player DLC we've gotten. It just happens to be in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, Rockstar has put in some fail-safes here because they know that they just don't want their game to turn into about 10,000 different players making all sorts of random music and whatnot, and that's all you hear. So they have a function for muting the session player, and they also have the ability to disable sort of the background sound you hear if you do have your headphones on, but you haven't muted the session player either. And unfortunately, this is when we get into the bad news. It looks like this is going to arrive on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S only. Probably PC too, even though PC has weirdly not been getting updated for a lot of the new things that Rockstar is introducing. So it looks like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One support is going to be discontinued. And we obviously should have seen this coming. This is something that Rockstar has done in the past. And to sort of give you a timeline, remember that Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online came out for PS4 and Xbox One in, I think, October or November of 2014. And then a year later, Rockstar confirmed that the Lowriders update, which came out in October 2015 was only going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. It wasn't going to arrive on the 360 and PS3. So essentially, Rockstar gave us a 1-year grace period to get the new consoles before they said, okay, we are no longer going to be supporting these. And what's going to be coming up in just a couple of weeks? Well, it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of Rockstar releasing Grand Theft Auto 5 Expanded and Enhanced, the Definitive Edition, whatever you want to call it, on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So around that same timeline is starting to come up. And if we're anticipating that Rockstar is going to be doing another big DLC in the summer, just like they did this year, I think there is a good chance that we've seen the final update for PS4 and Xbox One in Grand Theft Auto Online. And it very well could have been the Los Santos Drug Wars update. And we've already started to see Rockstar phase out the older platforms. I mean, there's stuff that happens every single event week that only occurs on the new systems, whether that be the HSW content or the new time trials, or whether that be the GTA Plus stuff that only happens on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So we've already started to see that happen. I just wonder when it's going to be official. Now, Rockstar is definitely going to come out and say, this is what we're doing. That's exactly what they did when we went from 360 and PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One. So it's not like the next update's going to arrive and at the very bottom it's just going to say like only for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. I don't believe they're going to do that, but I also think they're just going to, in a roundabout way, say, hey, we're able to make better stuff if we only focus on the new consoles. And so they're going to be dropping support for those systems. I think that time is coming very soon. Now, the good news in all of this, like it was not a couple of years ago, these new consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, they are way easier to get their hands on than ever. I remember about 12 or 15 months ago, you couldn't get these consoles in stores or online. You had to get them from street dealers, and you had to get them from eBay and Craigslist. I mean, it was wild to get your hands on one of these new systems. It really was. So now they are so much easier to get. Doesn't necessarily mean they're any cheaper, but at least the availability is here, and more players have gotten their hands on them. And I think a lot of data and analytics is what Rockstar is going to use to say, okay, we're ready to make the switch. If a certain percentage of our player base is on these new systems, we need to go ahead and say we are moving over and we are going to be dropping support. So I suspect that 2023 is going to be the year in which Rockstar drops support for PS4 and Xbox One GTA Online. But let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.